Hey everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls. This is episode 10. On the last episode, we trekked our way through the lower Undead Burg. And on this episode, we're going to be going back up to the lower Undead Burg and to a special place called the Depths. So let's get back up there.
Oh, there you are, dear. I have lost. Now dish up some souls. About time. There are nothing but hollows in these parts. Safe from them, of course. You're one of them too, aren't you? Well, be careful then.
Nope. Okay, so I might actually buy one of these from her. Every vendor in this game, they try to give them a believable or realistic set of wares, depending on their location. So the reason why she sells moss clumps is because she's inside this waterway here, and if you look at all the walls here, they're covered in this moss or this overgrowth, so it's not hard to presume that some of these clumps could possibly be found and farmed in here. Another thing to point out here is that this tower has a very similar structure to the one that we ran up when we were about to fight the Taurus demon, and the one that we could run down to fight Havel the Rock. If we come out of this building, I'm wondering actually if this is a big turret, because I haven't actually taken a look at this building from the outside too much. It's very hard to see, but yeah, we see a tower over there too. I'm wondering if we could actually see this from another place in the Undead Burg. I'm going to lock onto these guys when I fight them, because I find that locking onto them is much better in Dark Souls 1 than in the other games. Just going to hyper armor through that attack there. Sometimes with certain weapons, especially the great swords and the ultra great swords, there is something in this game and the other Souls games called hyper armoring. Although I'm not too sure if it's part of poise in this game. But certain attacks have invincibility frames in their animation. But they're not exactly invincibility frames. You can still get hit, but they won't stagger you or knock you out of your attack. I find stuff like that is very useful, especially in combat with guys like these who are really fast, because you can decide that it might be worth it to trade a hit because you can do much more damage than they can. So if you remember over here, there's a door. And this is the door that leads into the depths. I want to check to see what the depths key says real quick one more time before we go in. A lot of people don't read item descriptions, let alone read the description of the keys. And the keys are actually very, very useful in trying to figure out what's in store. The key that told us about the lower Undead Burg, I think it was the basement key, told us about the Capra Demon and the dogs of the wily thieves. Let's see what the depths key tells us. Key opening the door from the lower Undead Burg to the depths. So the great thing about the keys is a lot of people in this game who play this game complain that it's hard to know where to go next once you've found an item, but if you read the descriptions, it's very clear. Those banished from the Undead Burg eke out their existence in the depths, a damp lair with no trace of sunlight. Nearly half of the depths form a perilous flooded labyrinth. Okay. So we know what we have in store here. And it seems like this entire area is going to be underground. The depths mark a changing point in Dark Souls 1's early game. because it is the first area that you encounter that is almost entirely underground, and it is by far first area that is filled with traps. We have encountered traps in areas previous and ambushes, but this area is the first one where we'll encounter our more severe traps. Like with all things in this game, looking around is the best way to avoid traps. Looking over here allows us to see the hollow dredgeling that was walking this way, which prevents an ambush from us running over here and getting backstabbed. There's also an item behind here which rewards us for looking behind. So if we keep our eyes open, we get rewarded. I'm going to go ahead and eat a flask because I traded 2 hits and I don't want to possibly get even more hurt. I'm going to wait till this guy to get in range and then cut him down. Like I said, with this Y-Hander and other ultra great swords, it's all about timing the attack. From here, if we look over the edge here and pay attention to the torches, we can see that they're all being held by hollow dredgelings. There's other dredgelings besides the ones with these torches. Another reason why this item was placed over here is because it shows us this pathway that we can't normally see if we were looking from here. Let's go ahead and go down there and deal with those dredgelings and continue through the area. Oh, there's also a little closed up window thing over here. That's nice. I never noticed that. We step over to here, we hear something being cut, and if we look down there, there's a butcher who's chopping some stuff. We seem to have attracted the attention of one of the hollow soldiers, so we'll just cut him. Apparently, that wasn't loud enough to attract the attention of everybody else, but me stepping over here was enough to get his attention. I get this guy with the torch's attention. And so stepping through here seems to be the best way to attract just a small amount of attention. When I get the attention of all 3 of these guys, I can go ahead and do this. And that didn't go so well, but good news is I didn't take any damage, and it was the last guy, so I was able to clearly take care of him. Over the course of this entire level, we're going to be going downwards. That's the unifying theme here. When we get close enough to this butcher, actually sees us and he tries to attack us from up there and destroys his meat. You can see he's got a dog down there. If we wanted to, we could take those stairs down and fight him. There's also this pathway we can hop down over here. And this pathway. And this guy's hiding behind a pillar. Like I said, if we had just came here normally, we wouldn't have known he was there. If we started looking around, though, his position is very obvious. So, if we jump down there, we can go that way. Before I do that, I do want to fight this butcher, because he's guarding a very good item. The problem is not the butcher, it's these. So I'm going to lead him up here and fight him where I have more space. Unfortunately for me, I was slightly out of range with that attack, and the butcher was able to capitalize with 2 swings. I'm going to go ahead and use my distance to my advantage and run back. The butcher hits very hard with the swords, with the butcher's knives. And as you can see, has very good poise. Hitting him with a heavy does stop his attacks, though. And as you can see, he has an attack that he can hit the ground with and cause dust to come up and probably stagger us. I'll go ahead and drink another flask. So when you first see the butchers, you're probably inclined to think that they're males, but there's going to be something we find later on that makes us question our judgment on that. It's coming down here. I want to get this dog to come up the stairs. Actually, I'm wondering if I can... Oh, what the fuck. Stupid dogs. I hate them so much. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and take care of him. And from down here, there is yet another pathway where we can jump down to. And another dog. So it's a really good thing we didn't fight the butcher here, because we would have to have dealt with the dog up front, that butcher, and then this dog. I'm gonna see if I can use this pillar to my advantage here. Yep. Oh. There we go. The dog used the pillar to his advantage as well. Playing very sloppily, but oh well. Over here is a chest. We're going to go ahead and open this up, and this should be the very large ember, or the large ember, yep. Let's go ahead and read that. So normally we'd only be able to upgrade our weapons to +5. With the large ember, we can ascend them to, or reinforce them to +10. We can also now ascend to raw, which is absolutely useless in this game. There's never a reason to go to take the raw path. It's just better off to go +15. Up here, with an astute eye, we can check out another hidden path. It looks like a pretty far drop, though. So maybe we'll see where that goes to from the other side. Before hopping down this water, why don't I go ahead and hop down here? Once we get over here, another butcher drops from the ceiling. Oh, we got really screwed there with that attack. You can see that I'm not too worried about the range of these butchers now, because by the time my attack hits, I know I can stagger them. And so what I'll do is just hit them and then back up while they're staggered. This butcher drops the sack, which is a small helmet we can wear, or it counts as a helmet. Bloodstained patchwork sack by the undead man eating cook. So we think it's a man for a sec, and then hyphen man eating cook lurking in the depths. 2 eye holes have been haphazardly cut out. It is unexpectedly soft and comfortable to wear, but it is probably near meaningless in terms of defense. It's also very creepy looking. From here we have another way where we can hop down into here. But before we do that, let's walk into here. And we can see that there's someone over there. Trapped in a barrel.
You. Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
Putting him in a barrel was a bit of a dubious design decision, because if you try to attack the barrels, you run the risk of turning him hostile. I don't know if they've ever patched that, but the best way to deal with this is to free him by rolling through. But I want to see what he says before.
Oh, there you are. You must help me. Or else she'll have me for lunch. You're my only hope. Oh, please.
She'll have me for lunch.
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you, dearly. I am Laurentius, or the Great Swamp. I will not forget my debt to you.
Laurentius of the Great Swamp. He's probably my favorite NPC in this game. He's also the kindest one.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
And like all the other NPCs, after freeing him, he will return to Firelink Shrine. So now that he has been freed, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Like I said, we can hop down here from here, or we could hop down from that other butcher's location. We can also run back up this path, so that is one thing that is really good about it. I'm just going to run down there to aggro that guy and then walk through here. There's also rats down... No, I think those are dogs, which is worse than rats. Let me see how far I can get without drawing their attention. Yeah, they'll look at me, but they won't attack. That's fine. So, right. Like I said, we can go through this way, or we can go through the other way. I actually want to kill these dogs. You gotta be kidding me. I have to remember that the fast attack is the way to go with fighting these dogs. Yeah, there we go. I believe there was something down here, no? I might be thinking about somewhere else. Yeah, probably. Okay. Let's walk back up here. This door here. On the other side of this guy, which I missed the last time, should have just opened it, takes us further inwards towards the area. And over here we have our first trap of the area, our first big trap of the area. Now, if you look through my character's glowing aura, you can see something breathing on the ceiling. Stepping forward here causes it to drop downwards onto us. And if we had gone for that item, that's exactly what would have happened. These things are really, really resilient to physical attacks. You can see even with my two-handed greatsword, I'm only doing 22 damage to them at a time. There is an easy way to get through this area, though. There's also this guy. Now that they're dead, I'm free to grab this item and continue onwards. And now that we know that there are traps like that, the designers aren't afraid of placing more of them in more difficult situations because they have shown us one in isolation. So the idea is now they can throw more at us and we'll have justifiable reason for throwing them at us. Like this, for instance. Which causes multiple of them to drop down. They're building upon mechanics that they laid down already. And because we've been exposed to them, it's not unfair, I think is what I've been trying to say. These, slimes have a small chance of dropping green titanite shards, which are pretty rare. I'm gonna go ahead and run past these guys just to get to this one. And you can see that when these guys attack, they bulge up a bit. And then fire off spears. While I wait for this guy to try to come towards me, I'm gonna just go ahead and chip away at these slimes here. That'll get one of them dead. That'll allow me to run around and open this. Or not. Oh, right. Can't do that without the master key. We need the key first. So we can run down here instead. Now, running down here shows us a bunch of crates in this small grate-like room. We can see that we can drop below, and there's actually a ladder below these crates. And that allows us to drop into this room with a rat. Take a shortcut later on. Before we continue further, let's go ahead and jump down that shortcut we found by the butchers. So, let's hop down. See where this takes us. This takes us directly above the rat. So, over here is, should be the area with the, what do you call it, the ladder. And here's the rat. So, since we're in a position of advantage over this guy, using our range, let's go ahead and pelt him with some stuff to make our job a little bit easier when we hop down there. Look at how much the black fire bombs do. Even the throwing knives do good enough. Just gotta make sure I'm close enough. With that, I wonder if we can do this. What I just showed you there was a glitch in this game. If you do a jumping attack and then follow it up with a plunging attack, you can do the damage of the jumping attack, I believe, and the plunging attack. This giant rat drops us a single humanity. And now that we've killed him, we have access to this area over here. And we hear something strange as a rat runs this way. This rat is clearly trying to lure us into something. So I'm going to check this area out later. First, I want to show you this door over here, which we could have opened if we went down this ladder. And there's also a pathway down here, which we can go down. Over here is the sewer chamber key. Let's go ahead and read that. Opens to the key to the sewer chamber in the depths. Open sewer chamber in the depths. In any community, a few bad apples are sure to exhibit insatiable greed. If they were turned undead and banished to the depths, would they reconsider their ways? Use this key to see for yourself. I was a bit stupid not to drop down... Oh, hold on. I think actually I dropped down over here. And we can drop down to there from a different location. So we can come down here and we'll slide. And when we do, we'll land over here in an unknown area of the depths. And just around the corner are enemies we've never seen before. I want to go ahead and check something really quick. Absolutely no. Okay. That enemy over there is a basilisk. It can attack by spraying out clouds of this noxious gas here. And if you're hit with this gas, what'll happen is you will be cursed. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this slightly big rat. Take a drink of my Estus here. Gotta remember about their pouncing attack. There are small rats here too, and look at that! Dark Spirit Knight Kirk has invaded. This is an NPC invasion of this area. And this guy's cool because he wears the armor of thorns, which he can do damage to us by rolling towards us. Our large weapon is really good at dealing with him, though. Oh, these rats are getting in my way. Oh, one of them was still alive. Holy crap. But it's very easy to kill Dark Spirit Knight Kirk. And we can actually retrieve the remaining power of him and acquire humanity by killing him. A lot of rats here. We'll probably be seeing more of Kirk later. So, not only will you be able to be invaded by players in the game, but you'll be able to be invaded by NPCs as well. NPC invasions are a pretty big staple of being in the human form. They were probably added from a functional point of view to the game because not every player would be playing the game online, and they wanted... the developers probably wanted the players to get a taste of what it could be like playing online. Second, Kirk actually has a lot to add from a lore perspective, and we'll be seeing that when we see more of him later. In order to invade us, he had to have used the cracked red eye orb. Over here we see a small rat, which we will cut down. And up here, this is the area we were just looking at from the slide. And this allows us to reach the other end of the depths. I'm gonna go ahead and try to aggro these rats here. Oh, they will run. Oh, that is absolutely shit. Oh, that is shit too. Oh, come on. Alright. If you'll notice over here, there is a staircase that looks like it leads upwards. We're going to go ahead and run up there and see how to open this door. So we can just go ahead and open this door. And this is probably one of those doors that could only open from this side. And this brings us back to this ladder. So now we have a quick way of getting down here. Against probably my better judgment, I'm going to continue to explore the area down here. There's some items that I want to be able to get. You'll notice that there's a lot of these strange goops and glops here. These like slime icicles, you know what I mean, or slimesicles. These are actually placed here because there is a not a miracle, but a sorcery you can learn that allows you to imitate objects in the environment. So when we come around this corner, we can see that there's an item on the other side of here, which lets us know that there's more to this place than meets the eye. I'm going to go ahead and cut these down. So when invaders invade other players, they can use the chameleon spell to disguise themselves as one of these. On the other side, we have some basilisks, which I don't think we can hit. Oh, we can hit this one with this weapon, but we can't hit the other one. And we can see them scurrying around these gates and these bars. In order to get over there, we have to actually go through this way, and that might actually lead us into a trap. we can hear them purring. And they have some pretty large looking eyes, but if you look at the basilisk up close, you'll actually see that those aren't the eyes. I'm going to see if I can get a look. You see that small little dot underneath its eye? That's the real eye. Alright. With that, let's go ahead and kill this thing. So it drops the Eye of Death. Let's go ahead and read that item. Lure phantoms from other worlds. The dreadful eyes of death spread disaster across neighboring worlds. Phantoms lured to the host world may end up as victims, allowing the eyes of death to multiply and lead to further proliferation of bane. Only Covenanter can use this item, while Hollows cannot. So, this is a cool item because it allows you to goad phantoms into your world for PvP purposes. We're being very careful as we step through this area of what could be lying around. Luckily for us, these basilisks are pretty straightforward and easy to fight. The attacks where they spread their curse like that, right there, usually have some pretty good build-up. I'm being very careful of this guy. I'm trying to get around him so I can hit him with my sword. There we go. Because we really do not want to get cursed at this stage of the game. From here we have two paths we can go. We can go down there or we can go down here. There's basilisks either way. Let's go ahead and do this. And just like that, we have taken care of these basilisks. Over here is a dead end, so if you tried running down here and over here for more room, you probably would have gotten trapped by these basilisks who would have sprayed their mist over here. This whole area is designed to make someone who's unfamiliar with it panic. This looks like potentially another way to get over to that area. And there's a staircase on the other side, which we can take, which drops us into this trap here. So from this trap, we can come over to here, which is a safe zone, relatively speaking, and allows us to fight the basilisks one at a time. We also get the Ring of the Evil Eye, which is a fantastic item. I will go ahead and read you the description of that now. I can just find it. Absorb HP from fallen enemies. According to legend, this ring contains the spirit of the Evil Eye, a dark beast which assaulted Astora. The strength of the Evil Eye does not waver, and HP is absorbed from fallen enemies. A lot of people, myself included, like to put this item on when we take very minor hits, so we can just recover some of our health back. Here's a better look at the eyes of the basilisks. And I actually wonder if I can... That was cool. That was pretty cool. Nice little novelty there. So the developers have provided us multiple ways to get into this room. Multiple ways to fall down into it. And that's very nice. So we've gotten through the basilisk trap, and we've managed to not get ourselves cursed. If we did get ourselves... Did it again. If we did get ourselves cursed, we could pretty easily alleviate that using an item that Oswald and the lady who sells the moss sell, called the Purging Stones. Purging Stones are pretty expensive. I believe there's 6,000 souls a pop. but it is better than being cursed. I'm gonna see if I can jump over that hole. Yes, there we go. If we can, we jump over and we can get some humanity. With that, let's continue on through the area. So this area is actually very small once you get used to it. Its depth, if you lack my pun, if you can pardon my pun for a moment, comes from how segmented it is. They place walls all around to make it feel harder to navigate through, and you end up having to take twisted paths. It's very vertical in its nature as well. And over there, we have an NPC. There's also this pathway over here. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this rat. This is going to take us to this platform over here. This is going to lead us to the boss of the area, I believe. If we hop down this way, yes. We can tell because there's a huge arena here. Now, I remember in this area another pathway. But before we go back to check that pathway out, I want to go ahead and speak to this guy. Let's take a look at his armor before we speak to him. Let me back up a bit. Very peculiar looking. He's got satyr horns, glasses on his full face helmet, little medals. Very peculiar indeed.
Aye, Shemai. I'm good to you. I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just a peddler of sort. I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them.
Okay. A couple things about Domhall. Aye, Shemai, I think that is a Welsh greeting. So, it's nice that they're putting in little real-world touches there to make other people feel foreign. Although, I guess if you were Welsh and you were playing this, it would kind of stand out to you. But let's see what else Domhall has to say.
I'm afraid I don't see anything here.
Let's go buy some stuff from him, and that should allow him to speak to us afterwards. So he sells us his set. The Helm of the Wise, the Armor of the Glorious, the Gauntlets of the Vanquisher, and the Boots of the Explorer. A strange helm from the ancient land of Xena, birthplace of the curious dealer Domhnall. The two horns are believed to symbolize wisdom. The many metals are believed to symbolize glory. The golden bracelets symbolize a vanquisher. The inlaid silver rings symbolize an explorer. Okay. He also sells us crystal weapons. A fully crystallized straight sword. How such a weapon was created is entirely unknown. The crystallization boosts its attack, but makes the blade brittle. The sword cannot be used for long, as it cannot be repaired. Crystal weapons can't be used. Well, they can be used for a pretty good time if you're careful about it, but like the description says, you can't repair them. He also sells gold pine resins, which, nice to have these.
Well, I'm certain we will make a good trade eventually, so I'm willing to share some tips. If you see kindling in the catacombs, use divine weapons. That will repair the reassembling skeletons.
So buying stuff from him allows us to gain some additional dialogue. We buy something from him and we can talk to him for tips.
I'm afraid I don't see anything here.
We will go ahead and buy some arrows from him.
I'm afraid...
Oh, and I guess that's all for now.
That was a fine trade. I have this funny feeling we'll meet again soon. You'll make another fine trade, of course.
Over here is a strange, large door that looks pretty ominous. We'll probably be coming back to that very, very soon. With that, I'm going to run back over and show you the normal paths through the depths. If I can just find the staircase leading up. Should be on this side, actually. Right there where that torch is. You might be wondering, why does this area have no bonfire? It actually does have a bonfire, and it's pretty early on. So why don't we continue through this pathway, and I'll show you some more of the depths. Over here we have a large quantity of rats. I wonder how many of them we can kill in one swing. All of them. That is really satisfying. Over here is the Great Axe, which we can get as a drop from the Hollows, the Undead Berg, but it's very inconsistent, so they allowed you to get one here anyways. And over here is a rat who is going to try to poison us. The rat bastard. He hops out of the crate. Gonna go ahead and do the horizontal swing to take care of him. Now, when you look down in the Souls games, your attacks will hit where you're aiming. So if I swing up, you'll notice my sword doesn't hit the ground like it does here. That's to help deal with small enemies like rats. This is one of those enemies where locking on is actually a bit of a detriment. Because I can look down like that and swing and hit all of them that way. So killing those enemies would lead us to over here, and on our way back, once we hit this wall, we would see this opening. This makes good spatial use of the area we were just traveling through. The designers no longer have to place another area that goes through this way. They can just use the area that they just placed in a different way. We can run down there, or move this way. Be very mindful of the surroundings, and get the soul of a nameless soldier. Over here is a fog wall, which we can break through to come to a nice little area. Before we do that, we can come over here. Let's see if we can jump this. Yes, there we go. Over here we can get a beat around at this guy, this channeler. There seems to be one over here too. And he's too big to get through here. One swing is enough to take him down. There's a pathway here, a pathway down there, and the fog wall. Why don't we go ahead and go out this way first? We can lure these rats around this corner and hit them with our sword that way, but I'm not going to do that because it's a bit cheap. I'm just going to go ahead and kill two of these guys and then run out here. There's two rats over here. Take care of them fairly quickly. And up here is that white wall of light. So we could have come this way, and this would have given us another glimpse to the boss arena. And this is the area that I said that I was sure of last time. Jeez. Stupid rats. Forgot about them. So as you can see there, we lost a little bit of health, but after we kill these guys, we gain some back with the Ring of the Evil Eye. Let's nuke and Estus real quick. And over here, there is the large Titanite shard. We need to use large titanite shards to upgrade our weapons past +5. Let me just go ahead and show you the description of that item. If I can find it. It's under key, right? No, it might be under this right here. Yep. +10 reinforced, standard weapons +5, reinforced raw weapon. Nothing different with the actual flavor text. I'm going to go ahead and traverse this white light here, just to open it up to us. I'm going to try to jump across this right here and go through the other pathway. Right over here. So this rat is backing up, and we should know by now that that's probably going to lead us to a trap. If we peek around here, we see that there's a pathway up here. And this is back in the large rat room. So this is the rat that was running away, that we were afraid of before. So let's go ahead and drop down and see where that hole takes us. This will probably drop us into the basilisk room. Yep, this is the basilisk room. So right there, that little water fountain. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so now that we've done that, we want to go back up. So that should be this way. Da 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 da. And this way. If I can just find the torches. No, 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 no. Over here. So let's go back up this ladder. And what we really want is we want to figure out a way to get into this room over here. Where the hell was it? Oh, right, because we dropped down the shortcut. Oh, I'm stupid. Up this way. Yeah, we want to be able to open this door, and we can with the sewer chamber key. And look at that. A bonfire Reno. Let's go ahead and take a seat. We're going to go ahead and just repair our equipment really quickly. And, should we use magic weapon? Yeah, let's go ahead and put it on the slot. Let's level up as well. So leveling this up to 12 will give us 2 attunement slots, which could be useful. We might want to push our strength up a bit more to get that physical damage output. That's very nice. Vitality is always a good contender to increase. And so is endurance. It'll give us that extra equipment load, that 93 equipment load. Why don't we go ahead and do attunement once and endurance once. And next time we'll do vitality and strength. And that should be good. We still got about 2,000 souls. Let me go ahead and put the catalyst on. I'm wondering if we should go ahead and fight the boss of this area. I think we can do it. gonna go ahead and cut this guy down and run over to here. We've still got to figure out how to get up there. Or up here, rather. I really do wonder if we just have to go back up to where the butcher was, so I might just go ahead and do that. It's not a very bad run, per se. Not this way. We want to go up and past that dredgeling. As we run this way, we don't have to worry as much about the guys dropping. We also have a new running attack. Also, I believe the butchers do not respawn. Nope, they do not. So that's very interesting. Gonna go ahead and chop this guy in half. Roll through here. Try to avoid the dumb dogs. And the dog over here also didn't respawn. So if we jump down here, is this where the item is? Or is it on the other side? It is on the other side. Can we get there? I actually don't remember. Oh, yeah, we can? Can't we? Let's see. Ah, over here. This is the spider shield. Let's go ahead and take a look at its description. The spider shield is actually very good. Shield of the Savage Mountain Bandits. Uniquely shaped with a large black spider etched upon it. Has resistance to poison. So it's 100% physical resistance with very good poison resistance. And this is the starting equipment of the bandit. Let's go ahead and roll down here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the wolf string back on, since we're at full HP. I'll go ahead and slide down this way as well. We should have a black basilisk over here. Just gonna go ahead and kill this guy. Oh, now I want to put the dumb Ring of the Evil Eye on. Don't want to go through there. Don't want to fight those basilisks just yet. Or just now. What we want to do is find the pathway back to the right, which is past these rats. That is absolute crap. I hate that guy. But whatever. Just hit him now. And that is dumb too. But no matter. Go ahead and chop this guy down. And I'm just going to go ahead and kill some of these slimes just to get some health back from the Ring of the Evil Eye. Okay, so we have killed all of these guys. Let's go ahead and fight the boss of the area. Let's go ahead and run around this way. And if we run around here, I believe we can also see this side, which shows us a better view of this large crack, which actually looks a bit like humanity. Over here. We can continue onwards. And over here there's a summon sign from Knight Solaire, which we can use to summon him and get a sunlight medal. And also we have the heavy crossbow over here. Better version of the light crossbow. Over here I think is Lautrec's sign. Let's go ahead and traverse this Twilight and see what we have in store for us. This is a big arena, so maybe it's a big boss. The Gaping Dragon is the largest boss we have fought to date. It's also the only boss we have fought so far that isn't a humanoid. And the beginning cutscene of the boss, we get a clue into how to defeat the boss. Which is, hit this part. The Gaping Dragon has a couple of attacks that we want to watch out for. When it rears up like this, it's going to slam down its spiked mouth on us. We get in range. Then run out over to the side here. We can avoid the stepping attack like that. And right there, it is going to try to land on us. Able to get out of the way right there. And then it slams down. You can hit its nose type thing a couple times. Let's run over to here real quick and heal. I'm going to go ahead and apply crystal or magic weapon. This thing is going to charge. Just going to wait for it to stop. Get tired and hit it. You can see that it's not doing too much extra, but it helps. I want to go ahead and two-hand my weapon because that will do more damage. I just have to wait for it to hit the ground. That attack. I did it. Good job. I'm about to do it too. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh! That is not good. Oh, we want to get away right now. Let's go ahead and ask this up. Two-hand this. And come back. Get out of the way while it charges. I believe we can attack the Gaping Dragon's tail too and get a weapon, but I'm not 100% sure. Gonna go ahead and try though, just because we can. From here, it has a special attack to try to hit people who go after its tail. Its arm. Which just hit us. Come on! Slam your ass down. Slam your face, vagina, mouth down. That could be bad. Alright, let's go ahead and S this up. Gonna get out of the way of it here. And do this while it makes a mess. And there we go, the Dragon King Great Axe. I'll read the description of that after it decides to land. Oh, geez. Go ahead and heal, just because we can. And this should be it. And down goes the Gaping Dragon. We have the Blighttown Key, the Dragon King Great Axe, the Twin Humanities, and the Homeward Bone. In the boss arena here, there is the standard set, which we started with. So now we have a second pair of that. And over here, there is another area that we can't actually go to because water is dripping down. But over here is another area we can't go to. It seems to me that maybe FromSoft at one point intended for this place to lead to somewhere else this way, but they ended up closing the routes when they just couldn't come up with an area. Over here's where the Gaping Dragon came from. Guys, why don't we go ahead and Homeward Bone, and we'll call the video there. It's been a long one, a good one. We're able to go through this area successfully without dying. Very good. I don't know why I keep going to my inventory that way when I could just do this. Go ahead and return back. Alright guys, we shall level up on the next episode. This has been Fahad Syed from Pixel Icons, signing off. Have a good day, guys.